Hello everybody, and welcome to Exposing Bad Journalism. Now, I'm thinking about turning this into a mini-series where I just expose / set the record straight on various examples of bad journalism from all across the internet. So if you'd be interested in seeing something like that, or if you have any articles you'd like me to take a look at, leave them in the comment below, or send me a DM on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All those you can find in the description. So what are we looking at today, and why are we looking at it? So I was scrolling through Facebook the other day, and I stumbled across this article by one of my more conservative friends. And this article, first of all, the picture and headline combo is just way too convenient for all the events happening right now. It just didn't feel right. So it says, New York police officer shot dead while sitting in police car during chaos. And you look at the picture and it's just this smiling black female police officer. And it's just too suspicious, right? It just didn't feel right. So of course I clicked on the article, read the article. It's less than half a page long. The very first thing I noticed is quite editorialized. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a bad thing, but I just don't think that you should really mix the news with editorials. I think they should be quite separate. But we'll dismiss that for now because a lot of news sources do that nowadays. But yeah, this article definitely does do that. The very first statement is, the mayor of New York and Governor Cuomo should both resign immediately after the collapse they have witnessed in that city. So completely unbiased, as you can tell. First, it was a terrible response to the pandemic, and then they stood around and did nothing as the city descended into chaos. And now an on-duty police officer was gunned down while in her squad car. The violence must end. So pretty clear call to action there. And as you can see, it tied the actions of Governor Cuomo and what's happening with the, I'm assuming descending into chaos, is talking about the Black Lives Matter protests. And now, let's be careful with that wording because that's important for later. And now, an on-duty police officer was gunned down while in her squad car. And then the rest of the article cites from ABC, an on-duty New York City police officer was killed early Wednesday, and it just goes into talking about what happened with that event. The officer's name is Maya Sotis Familia. So naturally, what I did is I wanted to fact check the story of what happened, because like I said, it looked quite suspicious. So I Google Maya Sotis Familia, and the very first thing that comes up is an article by the New York Times talking about that event. So I opened up the article, and it's a pretty good article, actually. Not editorialized. I think it's actually pretty good journalism. They just go over the facts of what happened. They interviewed some people who, in the community, some of her colleagues, some of her family, and just talked about the victim's life and what happened. It's a pretty good article. The one thing that Conservatives Daily Brief.tumblr.com failed to mention is that this event happened in 2017. This article was written July 5th, 2017, so that's almost exactly 3 years ago. And if you remember the wording from earlier, they said, and now an on-duty police officer was gunned down while in her squad car. So they tried to connect an event that happened 3 years ago to the events happening today with the pandemic and the city descending into chaos, whatever that means. I mean, we can make inferences, but they didn't clarify in the article, which is completely dishonest. And all the other facts in the vehicle with the name and the details of what happened with the event, from what I've seen, seem to be accurate. But they're using those true facts to lie. Just the way they present the information is really dishonest. So I wanted to make this video because this, from my one friend alone, I don't know who else shared this video, who else subscribes to conservativedailybrief.tumblr.com, but for my one friend, this got 24 reactions on Facebook and 13 shares, which for, you know, small town Facebook guy, those are pretty big numbers, you know. And all these people just accepted this for truth without questioning it, you know. And I don't blame it on them. People are busy. You can't, as a normal person, you can't really take the time to dissect every article that you come across, especially with how much information is out there right now. So that's why I wanted to make this video, and that's why I want to make this series going forward. So if you have any ideas, any articles that you want me to look into, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or in the YouTube comments, and all of those things will be in the description. I guess the lesson for today is take everything you see on the internet with a grain of salt, you know? And if you are looking for some good stories, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Everything I do, I try to tell from an honest, fair, and neutral perspective. So I'm going to end this video off here. You guys have a great day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.